This is Farsi lesson number 2. After you've created your binder and you've chosen your books, the third step that I would have you do would be to get a notebook such as this one with blank pages on the inside. If lined pages help you, you can get lined pages. Any notebook will do. But it's good to get something that you feel that you're going to want to keep. What you do after this, as you continue your study, is to make, these are charts or sheets where you label the topics at the top. So I picked animals, foods is the next page, followed by colors, clothing, people, places, transportation, around town, school related, direction, articles, prepositions, etc. Around home. These are sheets that you will write down the vocabulary words that you run into. You'll want to write it in English, you'll want to write it in Farsi on the far right, and then in the middle you'll want to write it out how you would say the Farsi, the pronunciation. So that way when you get to dog, which is sag, you know that it's sag, even if you can't read the Farsi yet. So it's a good check back. It's good to practice writing the Farsi. You want to learn to write the Farsi, but it's good to have the translation in the middle just so you can help yourself along. This kind of book, I have page after page after page, and it makes an excellent reference later on when you're farther along, when you're starting to write out sentences and things in Farsi. It's very good. There really isn't much out there in Farsi for textbooks, so it's really important to create your own and to have something that you can reference a year, 2 years down the line when you're speaking Farsi, when you're really starting to write. Even if you decided to take a real course in Farsi later on, you have something to rely on. I cannot stress enough how important it is to write things down. The first step to learning Farsi correct and to really starting to understand would probably be to study a little bit about Iran and understand where it comes from and its origins. After you've read an introduction to Farsi, you'll want to begin with the alphabet. Write the alphabet over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The more you write the alphabet and the more you practice and practice and practice and quiz yourself, the better you will become. Once you learn the alphabet backwards and forwards and you can quiz yourself and come up with every letter and recite them out loud and write them to yourself, you're ready to begin. If you start trying to learn the language without learning the alphabet first, you're just jumping into the deep end of the pool without learning to swim first, and you will sink. Studying the language, it's really not that hard if you learn the alphabet first. You can break through the words and you can start figuring it out. Once you have the alphabet done, study numbers. With your book, you can have a good list of like modern Persian, you can have a good list of the alphabet and the numbers. Practice, practice, practice. And that's the end of lesson 2.